Hello everyone, welcome to the electromagnetic theory and interference course. Today we are going to start a new module, electromagnetic waves and waveguides. In this session we will discuss about waves in general. Even though Maxwell's equation predicted the existence of electromagnetic waves, but it was first investigated by Hertz. He generated and detected the radio waves, so we will call Hertzian waves to honor him. So generally waves are the means of transporting energy or information. So what are the examples of electromagnetic waves? Radio waves, TV signals, radar signals, light rays, all are the examples. And all the forms of the electromagnetic energy that we saw in these examples, they have the three fundamental characteristics. One is they travel at high velocity, and while traveling they assume the properties of waves, and they always radiate outward from the source. These are the fundamental characteristics of waves. Now let us see in detail about the waves. Wave is not only a function of space, but it is also a function of time. So it's a function of both space and time. So I can write, we can write the, generally it's a second order partial differential equation, wave equation if we want to express. But we are going to see in one dimension. If the wave is traveling along z axis, we are going to write in one dimension the scalar wave equation as follows. So for electric field, dou square E by dou T square minus U square into dou square E by dou Z square is equal to 0. As we can see, it's a function of both spatial coordinates Z and the time coordinates, and velocity is the U, wave velocity. Okay. And we are going to consider the medium in which the wave is propagating is a source-free medium. That is, the source-free means there is no charge, so volume charge density is 0. Hence, there is no charge, there will be no current density, that is J equal to 0. And we can write the solution for this second order partial differential equation in this manner. E plus plus E minus, whereas E plus is called the capital E is equal to E plus is nothing but function of Z minus ut, and E minus is a function of Z plus ut. And we can understand that they are the functions of both the space and time coordinates, and we can see if we assume the time harmonic dependence e power j omega t. I'm taking the same equation that we saw in the previous slide, and what we are going to do, we are going to take dou square e by dou z square on one hand and remaining part other. So 1 by u square dou square e by dou t square will come, and we know that in time harmonic dou by dou t I can replace by j omega. Since there is dou square by dou t square, it is j omega the whole square. So omega by u the whole square is nothing but beta square, and j square turns out to be minus 1. So already one minus is there. So how can I rewrite this first expression? I can rewrite in this manner. That is, removing the partial differential equation, I can write general differential equation dou square Ez plus dou square Es by dou Z dz square. This comes this side negative, but already because of j square or negative sign is there. So plus beta square Es is equal to 0. Okay. And where the Es is a phasor form, right? And with this time factor inserted in this wave equation, we can get the possible solution as E plus is nothing but A into e power j omega t minus beta z, and E minus is nothing but B e power j omega t plus beta z. We can understand from this phase constant, okay, E plus means it's a positive is a traveling wave, and here it is negative is a traveling wave. So it's a sum of both. Right. Now we are going to consider only the positive traveling wave. So A e power j omega t minus beta z, this we are going to neglect, and we are going to consider only imaginary part. If we take imaginary part of e power j, this function we get sine plus j, cos plus j sine term. So it's j sine is the imaginary. So A sine omega t minus beta z we are taking into consideration. So from the second order partial differential equation, we have arrived the expression for electric field. It is going to be some amplitude into sinusoidal function omega t minus beta z. So it is called time harmonic because we took the time dependence, okay, e per j omega t to get this expression. And here, as I said, A is the amplitude which has the same unit as that of the electric field intensity E, and this phase, right, phase part, generally it will be A sine theta. Theta is nothing but omega t minus beta z. This phase part depends on the time t as well as phase variable z. Okay, and here this omega is called angular frequency, which is measured in radians per second, and beta is a phase constant or wave number. I can say it is measured by radians per meter. How much phase shift per meter the wave is undergoing. Okay, so as we can see, this is the sinusoidal wave expression for the electric field. Okay, it has amplitude in minus a to plus a, right? And it is traveling along the z-axis, and it is having the wavelength lambda and time period t. We will see what it is. This wavelength lambda is the distance wave takes to repeat itself. If you can see, this is a lambda distance, right? 0 to lambda. After that, this is the distance. After this particular distance, you can see the wave is getting repeated, and it is measured in meters. And we can see a wave takes some amount of time to repeat itself. That is called time period. This is the total time period they have mentioned from the negative peak to the negative peak. See, this is a total time period. So, for a complete cycle, we can say how the wave is getting repeated after getting a complete cycle, and that is measured in seconds time period. So we know the relation, right? Distance is equal to velocity into time. So wave velocity is u, time period it takes is t. And we know that t is equal to 1 by f, whereas f is a frequency, it's a number of cycles per second of the wave, and it units is hertz. So I can write velocity as frequency into lambda 2, because t is equal to 1 by f, right? Now let us see how to define the phase constant beta. For that we should know angular frequency is 2 pi f, and beta is omega by u, because we already saw in the previous slide that beta equal to omega by u, right? So same here. So and we know t equal to 1 by f, that is uh, we can write in terms of omega, right? 2 pi f is omega. So from this, if I take 1 divided by f, it is 2 pi divided by omega. So if I substitute everything here, for omega it's 2 pi f. Okay. For u, what I can substitute? See the previous thing, f lambda. 2 pi f here, and f lambda, f get cancelled. 2 pi by lambda I will get for the phase constant. So what it implies, for every wavelength of distance, okay, a wave is traveling for every wavelength of distance, a wave undergoes 2 pi radians of phase shift. You can see for one complete wavelength, you can see the wave is undergoing 360-degree phase shift, 0 to pi here, and again 1 pi, so 2 pi. And I can define this constant, right, omega t minus beta is equal to constant. I can differentiate this d with dz with respect to dt. I will get omega by beta. That is also, see, the rate of change of distance is velocity. Same expression we are able to get. Okay, this is for the wave traveling with the velocity u in the positive z. Similarly, we can show that b sine omega t plus beta z is a wave traveling with a velocity u in the negative z direction, right? Now let us summarize. Wave is a function of both space and time, and time t0 is selected for reference. Wave is having no beginning or end. Okay, negative sign implies that wave is propagating in a positive direction. Here, if it is negative in before this beta, right? When it is having the positive direction, positive sign, it is a negative traveling wave. and we should know the trigonometrics. E and H, that is electric field intensity and magnetic field intensity, are called uniform waves. We know that electromagnetic waves composed of electric field and magnetic field. If E and H okay, are lying in a plane and they are constant over such planes, they are called uniform waves. I hope you understood about the waves in general in detail, starting from the wave equation and the parameters, how to define a wave, like wavelength, phase constant, time period, velocity, and finally we have seen the uniform waves. Happy learning. We will see next time.